Hello everyone, welcome back to another Stellaris video. In this video, I will be covering, you could call it an exploit, or you could just call it an overpowered strategy for a starting empire. So normally when you pick the life-seeded, civic for your empire, you start off with just one Gaia world at the start of the game, and then you can't colonize for a while. You can colonize other worlds, but it will be very expensive to upkeep your pots, and it's just usually often not worth it. But if you set your starting system to the Sol system, I have no idea why this works. You guys can tell me. I think it has to do with spawning the Sirius and Alpha Centauri systems as, habitable planets, regardless of what your actual habitability was before you turned into a Gaia world. So if we can just spawn this start, everything looks good, we can just start it up. I think what it has to do with is, if you start in the Sol system, I believe the game has coded it, so your habitable worlds are always in the Alpha Centauri and Sirius systems. And it seems that that code is hard-coded in to be habitable worlds that are habitable to you regardless of what perk you started out the game with. So, if you started up with just like a perk like we have here, life-seeded, you will still get Gaia worlds, even though if you didn't have the Sol system, you would just have, say, normal worlds, whatever you would normally have. So if you were an ocean world species, you would have ocean worlds. So let's turn the speed up to fastest, and we can see, here we go, you can see that our science ship is out and looking to
Construction
find
complete.
worlds. It's going too fast for me to catch. Here we go, Barnard Star. We have a Gaia world here. So what I have noticed is that the Gaia worlds vary in size, from size 13 to size 25. So we got unlucky there and got a size 13 one. We can send a construction ship over, just to double check that it's actually size 13, if you missed that in the clip. Here we go, we got a size 23 world there, we got lucky that time. So let's recruit another scientist, say this one, because she's the youngest and she'll live the longest. I see no reason to ever recruit a scientist other than the youngest one, unless they have a better trade. Here we go, so size 13. And I believe the other, here, where is it? And I believe the other Gaia world was in Tarnak or something. And Alpha Centauri, another Gaia world. So, we have 3 extra Gaia worlds. So a total of 4. Okay, maybe it's in Sirius. So that's 3 more Gaia worlds than we really should have. And let's make another fleet just to go here. This is incredibly powerful, because as your empire capital is a Gaia world, and the market is really weird right now, you are actually guaranteed to get the market if you have your homeworld as a size 25 Gaia world. That means that because you chose to start, you will always be able to trade in resources at the market for 10% less than any other empire in the game. This is a huge bonus. It's useful in the early game, useful in the mid-game, and even more incredibly useful in the late game. With this, you can only have a 10% market fee. 10%, as opposed to the normal 20%. You are cutting your market fee in half. And of course, there's the extra bonus if you start with a size 25 world, which means you can have tons of districts, and it's a great ecumenopolis later on. Although personally, I would not turn a Gaia world into an ecumenopolis. I would find another world for that. But even so, you have 1, 2, 3 other Gaia worlds that you can find just sitting around near your starting system that are guaranteed. You are guaranteed to have at least 2 And in at least a couple of my games, I have actually found 3 Gaia worlds near my home system, not including my home system. So you can have up to 4 Gaia worlds near your home system. That is incredible. Just thought I'd share that strategy with you, because this Empire Civic is actually incredibly powerful right now, because worlds are everything. And if you can make an empire with this, sign a migration treaty with another empire, and colonize normal worlds like they do, you're ahead of basically all other empires in the game, by a significant margin. Next video, I might be either talking about the opposite of this strategy, with you starting on a tomb world, and telling you what combination of traits to pick there to get your perfect species, or I might actually make a video about xenophilia and why it's the most overpowered civic, or I guess ideology, in the game. Goodbye!